When it comes to an artist playing a new era, a plan is set in motion that includes promo, marketing, and more, all leading up to the song or the album's release. However, in today's digital age, no matter how much is kept beneath the surface, there's always a chance of leaks happening. Something that's done by a hacker, sometimes even artists themselves, deciding to leak music the label didn't approve, or other various reasons that lead to leaks. And not only is it considered stealing from the artist and can ruin the success of music that was planned to be released and more, there's actually been leaks that have overcome that, which is what brings me to today's video, where I'll be discussing singles that leak but still became hits, starting with 10, Your Love by Nicki Minaj, a song that samples Annie Lennox's 1995 hit No More I Love Yous that Nicki originally did not intend on releasing, but 2 years after recording the song back in 2008, an unreleased version of the song had leaked on January 2010, which in a 2010 interview Nicki Minaj did with MTV News on the set of Your Love music video, she revealed that it was stolen and it was leaked out of the studio that she recorded from, which she didn't know at the time until someone had told her that the song was online. When Nicki heard the leak, she was really upset about it because it wasn't mixed or even finished. But despite that decision on not wanting to use it, radio had begun to play it, and due to the popularity the song was gaining, the song that was intended to be her lead single, Massive Attack, that didn't get the same reaction, was replaced by Your Love for the lead single to the album. The song was officially released on June 2010, with rewritten lyrics towards the end of the second verse, along with a refined production mix, which I will play a snippet of both versions so you can hear the difference.
With a certificate that I changed my name on. Name on. With a certificate that I changed my name on. He's so thugged out, Ghostface and Raekwon. Convict just like Akon, cause you know the snitches be putting the Jake on.
Your Love was a big hit, topping the US rap charts for 8 weeks, making it Nicki's first #1, as well as peaking at number 14 on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts. 9. Confident by Demi Lovato. While preparing to release her 5th studio album and having the success of her lead single Cool for the Summer that was released on July 1st, 2015, there was no word as to what the next single would be. But there was a snippet of Confident that leaked on Friday, August 21st. Then 2 days later, the full song made its way online on Sunday, August 23rd, which at the time, according to Billboard, it was reported that this would be the next single off Demi's untitled album at the time. But while nothing was addressed about the leak, the song was quickly removed. Then days later, on the 26th, Demi revealed the name of her album, the artwork, as well as the tracklist that was tweeted, but there was still no word about Confident until September 15, when Demi announced on Twitter that the album's title track will be the next single, which got released on September 18, peaking at number 21 on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts. 8. Stronger (What Doesn't Kill You) by Kelly Clarkson, a self-empowered song that served as a second single off Kelly's 2011 album Stronger. While this wasn't selected as a single until the beginning of the following year in 2012, which did peak at number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts, but before the album's release a few months, 2011, a lot of demos and unreleased music was leaked of Kelly's, and one of the songs happened to be a demo of Stronger. And while Kelly's fans were left wondering which direction Kelly would go into after the leaks, on July 12th, Kelly addressed the leaks on her website, saying, "Well, I get back in the States from a vacation and somehow like 50 of my songs are leaked on the internet. No point in getting angry because there's nothing I can do, so I hope you all like the music. I can't wait for everybody to hear my actual finished 5th album." And later on in an interview Kelly did with Entertainment Weekly, she spoke more about this and what had happened, which she said, "Oh my god, have you ever been robbed? I have. I've been physically robbed a couple of times. But this is much worse. There are songs out there that are from 8 or 10 years ago. People are always asking me to write for other artists. They're awesome songs, but they're just not songs I would normally sing. Those songs came out and people are like, oh my god, what direction is Kelly going?" I think what made me mad was that 1, people stole from me, and 2, everybody had no idea what my next album was going to sound like. That really caused a lot of confusion. She then explained while most of the songs are demos or incomplete, a couple of the songs that did leak, she didn't say which ones, but she did say some would be on the album, ending her response saying that she didn't have the album because after what had happened, she was worried about having it on the computer and it getting hacked. Then on the month of her album release, set for the 21st in October, earlier that month, Kelly decided to leak the final version of Stronger online with a tweet after hearing that it had leaked, which read, "Hey y'all, I heard that some versions of What Doesn't Kill You, Stronger, started showing up online. My new album Stronger is out in 3 weeks, October 24th, and I want you to hear the real thing. Check it out." 7. E.T. by Katy Perry, the fourth single off Teenage Dream. So months before the album was released, on August 24, 2010, around May, a demo did leak, but instead of it being titled E.T., the song was titled Futuristic Lover. And although it did turn out that this song was gonna be on Teenage Dream, which was released on August 17, as the last promotional single for the countdown to Teenage Dream, while the song did have some time online longer, and there was word of Katy's next single being Peacock, when Katy asked her fans towards the end of the year on December which song off the album should be the next single, E.T. ended up being the winner, which Katy revealed the next month on January 26, 2011, along with a sneak peek of the single artwork, which later on it was followed by a remix featuring Kanye West, peaking at number 1 for 5 weeks on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts, as well as becoming Katy's fourth number 1 hit in the US. 6. Pardon Me by Katy Perry. So speaking of a song that leaked months before the release and still had a big success, Katy also had another song that leaked before it was ready to be out. During Katy Perry's Teenage Dream era, before the re-release of the album that had songs such as Wide Awake, Dressing Up, and Pardon Me, in December 2010, a demo of Pardon Me had leaked, a song that was allegedly about her ex-boyfriend, Travis McCoy, that was also said to be from her Teenage Dream sessions, but didn't make it on the album. Then later, when putting the complete confection together, a re-release that fans had suspected would be coming very soon. After around 2 years later of Teenage Dream's original release, Pardon Me served as a lead single and was officially released on February 13, 2012, which became another smash hit for Katy, debuting at number 1, becoming Katy's 7th number 1 hit, as well as becoming the 20th song to debut at number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts. And also, fun fact about the song, besides the mixing being a bit different, some of the lyrics were changed for the official release, which you can hear during the bridge, such as the demo having, "You can keep the dog for me, I never liked him anyway." While on the official release, the lyrics were changed to, "So you can keep the diamond ring, it don't mean nothing anyway." Which it was suspected that these specific lyrics were about Katy's divorce from her then husband Russell Brand, but during an interview that Katy gave with MTV News, released on March 2nd, she clarified that it was not about him, further saying, "I wrote it 2 years ago," which is funny because everybody's like, "God, it sounds so current." And some people that I work with were like, "You should just say you wrote it a couple weeks ago." I'm like, I'm not a dick, I'm going to tell the truth. I wrote it 2 years ago when I was writing and recording Teenage Dream, but it didn't feel right on the record. I would have had to take out one of my other songs that made the album a nice, complete package. I always plan to put it out in the spring of this year to possibly perform it at a big award show, but sometimes I'm like, am I living in a Truman Show? What's going on? Because I sit down and I write all these songs at once. All these emotions and feelings and thoughts, and then like it just feels like sometimes I'm caught in this movie where my life is paralleling my music. It seems very serendipitous, but as fun as it sounds. I prepare everything, I'm overly prepared and kind of a control freak in the best of ways. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a snippet of both versions so you can hear the difference, at least when it comes to the changed lyrics. Five, Hold It Against Me by Britney Spears, the lead single to Britney's 2011 album, Femme Fatale. For this song, it leaked on Thursday, January 6, 2011, but instead of it just being the official song, it was actually the demo, featuring another vocalist, singer-songwriter Bonnie McKee, who was one of the songwriters of the song, which Britney did address the leak later that day while also revealing a release date and sharing the official artwork with a tweet on Twitter that read, "Heard an early demo on my new single leaked. If you think that's good, wait till you hear the real one Tuesday, Brit." The song was a smash hit, debuting and peaking at number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts, making Britney the second artist in Billboard Hot 100's 52-year history to debut multiple songs at number 1, and not only that, but Hold It Against Me became the 18th song to debut at number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts. 4. Promise by Ciara. Follow-up to Get Up, a song that Ciara did for the 2006 movie Step Up, which was a top 10 hit. So when Promise was released, it was a big hit that peaked at number 11 on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts, but while the song was successful and was loved by many, before the release, the label actually didn't want her to release it, which Ciara revealed in an interview she did with Bustle magazine on February 2025. She felt that this song would be a monstrous hit, but the label told her and Paula Didon, who produced the song, that it was probably one of the worst R&B records someone has ever heard, and they just didn't believe in it. So they ended up taking things into their own hands and they leaked it, which she explained. "We leaked it at an Atlanta radio station and literally the song took off and was a monster. Ended up having my first number 1 album with Ciara, The Evolution, and that week was a big week. It was me, Gwen Stefani, Eminem, everyone." Which this wasn't even the first time that she had to prove to her label that they were wrong. Now before we get to the last 3, here's some honorable mentions. Heart Attack by Demi Lovato, Come and Get It by Selena Gomez, California Girls by Katy Perry, Cool for the Summer by Demi Lovato, Hold Me Closer by Britney Spears and Elton John, Mine by Taylor Swift, and Break My Soul by Beyonce. 3. Stupid Love by Lady Gaga. As fans were equally excited for new music from Lady Gaga, especially as she shared new photos being in the studio. In August 2019, a snippet of Stupid Love, the lead single to Chromatica, which nobody knew it at the time, had leaked. Besides fans assuming that it was a leftover track from Born This Way, when the leak received a copyright claim, it was revealed that the song was titled Stupid Love. Later on October 29th, Lady Gaga first teased the song with a photo of a pumpkin on Twitter, which many didn't realize until some fans pointed out by zooming in on the iPhone next to the pumpkin. They noticed that Stupid Love was being played through the speakers. The following year, on January 18, 2020, another snippet of Stupid Love had leaked, and at this point, more fans started to realize that Gaga had teased the song back in her October post. Although the leak was quickly removed, some noticed a UK radio station's schedule added Stupid Love for February 7th, which fans suspected that this could be the lead to the new album. Eventually, the full song leaked in high quality on January 21st. It had some slight changes in the production, as well as the lyrics from the first leak, Every Nation Got Me Facing, which had been changed. Besides the leak getting mixed reactions, there was also opinions on how this leak even happened, with even more fans suspecting that maybe it was Gaga herself that leaked the song. Just like when she leaked a demo version of Aura back in 2013 before the release of Art Pop under a secret account on Gaga Daily, which the site monitors confirmed, and according to some fans who attended a meet and greet backstage, Gaga herself revealed it was her. Then the next day on January 22nd, Gaga addressed the leak with a post on Twitter with a stock photo meme of a girl wearing a ski mask listening to music with the caption, "Can you all stop?" Another thing that was also happening at this time before anything was announced, the Stupid Love leak had been played at a club as well as a fashion show, and with already being heard, some fans who attended Gaga's AT&T TV Super Saturday Night concert on February 1st, they decided to scream Stupid Love at Gaga, hoping to get a reaction and maybe get it played. Although Gaga had previously dealt with leaks in the past, such as her lead 2013 single Applause, where she had to move up the release date early after it leaked. For this leak, nothing of the sort was done for this song. Instead, she just waited until February 25th to officially announce the song's release date on social media, which was set for Friday, February 28th. Despite the song being leaked a month in advance, Stupid Love became a top 10 hit, peaking at number 5 on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts. But some fans were not convinced that this leak was an accident, which fast forward to March 20th, in an interview that Gaga did with Paper Magazine, she jokingly acknowledged the leak again, saying that hackers leaked their favorites from her material, along while explaining why she didn't want to release the song quickly because she just wasn't interested in releasing anything half-baked, which she further said, "There was a minute where me and my manager Bobby were talking, do we change the single? We just spent months and months developing this video and choreography, and I said nope. You know why? Because the song, when it's mixed, mastered, and finished with the visuals and everything I have to say about it, when all those things come together at once, that will be the art piece I'm making, not a leak." 2. Work Bitch by Britney Spears. The lead single to Britney's 8th studio album, Britney Jean, that was set to release on September 16, 2013, and while Britney had already been teasing fans of the release on her website with a countdown with the words "All Eyes on Me," which some suspected that might even be the name of the song, and as the date was getting closer in September, a low-quality version of the song had leaked on the 15th, a day before, and it was that same day that Britney responded to what had happened on Twitter, which she said, "Woke up today and saw that a low-quality version of Work Bitch had leaked." So in reaction to this, Britney's team quickly moved up the radio and iTunes debut for the song later that day. The song was a success and it peaked at number 12 on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts. 1. Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. While the song was teased on November 24, 2019 and set to release on the 29th, a few days before the planned date, a low-quality version of the song had leaked on the 26th, which The Weeknd did acknowledge the day before on social media, leaving the caption, "Oh yeah, and more new music tonight, parentheses in high quality." And while I have been online for a few days already, that didn't stop the massive success that the song had, which ended up breaking records and even became one of the biggest songs of 2020, peaking at number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts. And while there's no telling if a song is gonna be big or not when it is released, in an interview The Weeknd had with Vanity Fair on May 2023, he spoke about the song thinking that it was gonna flop, which it is interesting to read this now because of how massive that song became. So what are your thoughts on this? Did you know about any of these songs that leaked ahead of schedule? Or did you happen to witness any of these songs that did leak in the present time? And if so, which ones? Which you can share down below in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.